Alrighty. Today, I'm still working on 10. I've made a lot of progress since last time I streamed, and right now I'm working on like test setup, doing like unit tests. I have done my own unit testing before, but like I discovered that there is a standard package that's with Tcl. I'll pull up a terminal. So I do package require Tcl test. It's right there. And if I go like info procs Tcl test, all these, it's all this stuff here. It's already there. I'll pull up the documentation for that. So I'm always learning new stuff. Let's see here. It's not here. Let's see, where is it? Tcl test. Right here, bundled packages. That's not a good page for it. There we go. Ah. I wonder, is that in here? Oh, it's right here, Tcl test. Okay. So a lot of different things in here, and I haven't really used this, but I should, because this is the standard way that you create tests. So I'm going to try this out and try out making tests for tin. So let's see here. So I have right here, I have a lot of other stuff that I was doing down here to just make sure everything was working. But I want to create some tests. So I'll say package require Tcl test, and then does it actually add the command test? Okay, yeah. I want to import all these commands. So instead of package require, I can use 10 here. 10 import Tcl test. So I'm using 10 to actually do this. That's the equivalent of package require Tcl test, and then namespace import Tcl test, like that. I guess because I'm testing 10, I should probably just do this for now. So I'm gonna say test. Now I have a bunch of different commands here. I'll open up the actual file itself. I have add, get, remove, packages, versions. First of all, I have my version number here, and in the 10 list file is an auto configuration for 10. So test test 1 is the name of it, and then I have a description. I haven't really done very many unit testings. I should. I guess I can check. I'm gonna check tin library. So tin library. So I'm gonna test out that command verifies that the tin library is correct, and then body. It's going to be 10 library result. Well, I can't have the new lines in there. Result is going to be info library, or no. It should be tinlib. And that's the direct, it's this right here. So this is a very simple test. I mean, it's really no way this one can get screwed up. Shouldn't be. So there's that one. Let's see. Okay. Constraint. I want to see test constraints. What are test constraints here? Oh, interesting. I can specify like the system. Oh, this is really useful. I'm not going to have any constraints for now. Constraints known bug. What's this? Known to fail, the bug's not yet fixed. Interesting. Verbose? What's the verbose option? Configure. Here's a configure. Okay, verbose. It's a lot here. The interesting thing about this is that in OpenSees, the command test is something completely different. Honestly, what I would love to do with OpenSees eventually, with the actual source code, is to turn it into a package within Tcl. And then you'd load the package, and you'd be able to load it, and it would be a namespace with all the commands rather than global procedures. If I could do that, I mean, I'd fork the OpenSees repo and then do that, and then you could still have the OpenSees executable. It's just that what it would do is it would load the it would load in OpenSees and then import the commands just like that. So it'd still be compatible, but then it would also be a package. So it would just be, the OpenSees executable would just be a Tcl interpreter that has the added features of like tracing the puts file, or tracing the puts command to go to standard error instead of standard out, so stuff like that, so that it can like work with log file. And that's currently done internally, but it can be accomplished with just a command trace, an command execution trace. Or it can be done. It can be done within the package itself with pure Tcl. Like, you don't have to have that within the C++ source code. And OpenSees Pi moved towards the package sort of thing, and I think that the Tcl version should do the same, where you'd have a standalone Tcl interpreter for OpenSees, but you'd also have the package, and it would just be in the package. I would love to do that. I would love to, I mean, it would be a big effort, but like, I think a lot of the legwork's already done for that. So that's on my like wish list of things to work on. But for now, I'm just trying to create some unit tests for tin to kind of kickstart the adoption of packages for Tcl users. Currently, like, people just manually install. There used to be a package manager, sort of. It's called Tcup, but there's no more support for it. And I think having it be a package rather than an application, a package that manages packages, I think is a lot better. So, all right, let's create another one. Test 10. Just gonna copy this. And create tests for everything. If I create a if I do tin add foo right here, test tin add body result, the body is going to be tin add foo 1.0. This is just a spoof. The result of then saying tin versions foo should just be list 1.0. Actually, it should just be 1. Because I have I trim it down to its bare bones. For consistency, I normalize the version numbers. The only thing is, I'm wondering if I should still have like a 0 like at minimum have one period. Or like always required to at least have 3 for like semantic versioning. It might be good to do that actually. That way you know it's a version. Because if you have no period, it's just an integer. If you have at one period, it can be a like an actual digit. And then if you have 2 periods, then you know it's a version. I'm going to do that really quick. See here, a normalized version. Okay. So then, while length parts is less than 3, then parts 0. Ensure that there are at least 3 parts. Okay. I thought I had. There's a lot of files here. Here we go. Okay. Normalized. Changed normalization of package numbers. Okay. I'm working in the wrong file here. Need to be working in the source directory here. There we go. I'll run my make file here. Okay, so result was 1. Oh, I just need to run it again. Where's my invalid command name add test.tcl. Oh. Okay, we're good. I need to add a description. Verify that the version number is normalized. Okay. Test 10 auto add. Verify that auto option works. Body C. So if I open up in here, close out of that. I think that's how it works. Namespace, delete. Yeah. Okay. Alright, 10. Stop capitalizing. Okay. Version. Tests after reloading 10. Okay, that's the make file. I should probably rename this build. Build.tcl. I might as well just, honestly, I should just build the tests right into here. That would make things a lot easier. Uh, 10 import test, or tcl test. So say set version 0.4 or 0.4 alpha 0. Version. Minor version. All right, and then okay. I can close out of all of these. I'm only working with the 10 files, and then I'll just use build to test everything. This should be patch level. I could just do version, honestly. This is version. Then we have minor version. Full version must be at least say set. I can automate this here. Join split version point AB. Range 0 to 1. Join period. I don't think that'll work for something like version like 1 alpha 3 or something. So I think I need set. Alpha 0 is still going to be, no, so the minor version is alpha. Like 1.2 alpha. That's like pre-release of 1.2. So I want to be able to get the first 2 components from there. So here it would be simple. I guess it's kind of 1, 2 alpha. Alpha's the patch though. I need to like substitute. Do like a string map. String map alpha dot and then beta dot version. And then I need to split that. Split that by period. And then I want to do an L range 0 to 1. And then join that with a period. Just like this. Set minor. I'll just go set parts. And then I can just do it's still not going to work. So if I had like 1 alpha 2, it should be set minor join range parts 0 to 1 the period, but then I want to do another string wrap on top of it to undo it, and this is going to be a dot a dot a dot b, or dot b dot b. That, so like reverse the string map, and that should work. Plus minor. Let's exit here. Okay, yeah. So then if I had set version 1 alpha um, 0. Okay. I need to do the string map first and then join it. String map on the whole thing. And then join with a dot. Why is it doing that? In this case, it's splitting it, so this should be 1 alpha 0 . Okay. No, I can't have the string map here. It has to be on the outside. I can just add a couple more keys to it. Alpha, it's going to be alpha 0. Or just alpha. Dot beta, B. There we go. Okay. Okay. So then in my version.tin file in doc template, minor version. Like, let's say like version 1A. I think if I'm working on an alpha version, then I should just replace it with a 0, because that's for the documentation. Set doc version. split it, do range 0 to 1, and then yeah. Okay, so if the version is like 1 alpha 2, then the documentation version will be 1.0. Because, yeah. So that's the documentation version. Cool. That's the actual version I'm working on, 0.4 alpha 0. Okay. So auto add. We're going to say because this is a test file and because it does load in 10, I won't know, like, this is already it's pre-filled. Oh, I don't want to open up that file. I want to avoid opening up the actual Tcl files. I want to work on the source files. So what this does is it configures tin to search for packages on this repository with this installation file at versions at or above this version up to a major version number change. If I wanted to like specify to the next version, it would be like up to at like expression at major +1, something like that. Actually, I should probably do that. Let's see here. Set parts. Out like this. That. Actually, I know what I need to do here. On the normalized versions file, I should have another procedure for like an API. Version parts. Version. And then split it and I can put that in here. So first verify that it actually satisfies the internal version matching requirements, and then split it into parts. And in this case, it will version parts version. And that allows me to use that other places as well. Version parts. Splits Tcl version number into parts. At least major, minor, patch. So I could actually put all this in here, and then into minimum number of parts, at least minimum major, minor, patch numbers, where alpha is -2, and B is -1. Into minimum of 3 parts. Minor and patch numbers. Unstable release versions A and B. A is alpha, B is beta, represented as -2, -1. Parts. So then this would just be here. I think it's better. So this way, yeah, that's good. Should I even do this? I could just do like that, honestly. I don't even... I could just say if this is in alpha and beta. That's easy. And then just do that's much simpler. A and B are seen as replacements for periods. Okay. Build. So then I can just say set minor 10 version parts version I could even request a certain number of version parts. N number of version parts to return. Default 3. Or minimum number of version parts to return. Yeah. I don't need that. Alright. Minimum number of, yeah. So let's say M. Ensure minimum number of version parts. Version N. Cool. Version parts 2. Orange. Just 0 to 1. Then I'll go join like that. That's fine. And then do a string map. Do A0, B0. Like that. Version parts, go, join orange parts, 0 to 1, oh yeah, I'll assign part major, minor, patch. And then doc version doc minor expression minor AP 0 else minor. Doc version join major doc minor. I can even just do this. this. Oops. Okay. In here, I'm going to add another configuration variable. Config. This will be set version, set last liner. Upgrade. Whether auto 10 permits major version update. Auto 10 rex. Auto 10 requirements. That'll be version. If upgrade. Build. upgrade. Requirement. Version. Up to expression major +1. Otherwise, this permits upgrades up to major version change. The signals that the installation instructions, installation file is the same. Next version, major version. Upgrade within major version and not change I think upgrade switch upgrade mode. I'm gonna go major, minor, hatch. And the whole thing is that a minor version won't break backwards compatibility, so I don't think this is necessary. Although, in version 0, major version 0, minor versions can break backwards compatibility. It's almost like each minor version is a major version. It's just unstable. Let's see here. And say like if major equals 0 and if permit upgrade else. I have one of these in here. Gotta automate everything. So we're going to allow it to go. I think I'm just going to have one permit upgrade. Because the problem is, or I could say, ooh, I know. Set doc minor. Stable minor. Like that. Maybe I should do -2 and -1. Let's do like that. This is going to be major version dot minor version. So it will be -1 or -2 if there's alpha or beta. Just fine. So it'll be like 10. Oops, down there. The documentation will be like 10 version 1.-2. That looks confusing. And 1A also looks confusing. This is not an actual version number in Tcl. It's confusing because Tcl's version numbers don't actually match with semantic versioning. I think it's because Tcl is way older. So semantic versioning, for the most part, works with Tcl, but not always. I think it's fine if I did like something like that for the documentation. So these will be version parts returns -1 for, or -2 for alpha, and -1 for beta. So if minor is less than 0, let's say equal to -1. Doc version. Hold on. Semantic versioning. Do dash alpha. You create a semver version. Maybe I should add it to this. Version parts, normalized version numbers, compatible with package wire. And then we could have semantic version. So in this case, they're replacing the A with like a 0 dash alpha. Is there... I feel like a 1.2... Okay. converts a version from Tcl to semantic version. Handles alpha and beta. Semantic version subparts map parts expression part equal to -2. And then we're gonna have part 0 dash alpha else part equals -1, the same parentheses, zero dash beta else part. Like that. Oops. And -1 of version parts to 0 dash alpha and 0 dash beta. On the link for semver. Might be overdoing this. What's new? Just throw it in my junk file. All of my rejects go in just random text files. Just in case. I don't need to have something for the doc version. This can just be version. because I could release a patch just for the documentation. Okay. Permit upgrade. Allow major version upgrade. Okay. Version dash major plus 1. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Actually, I can do if major equals 0. If permit upgrade equals major. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. 10 versions, line 7. Versions. Hello? Oh. That's fine. All right. Let's do this. Do that. Tcl test version. Test 10 import. Test import and returns the package version. Import Tcl test. Select Tcl test version. Tests. Reload package. Okay. Substitute configuration. tin. Result. Oh, wait a minute. I should probably look into this. Interpreter. Do the tests have access to variables? Do they change things? I need to check something. Okay, so we do test 1, this is a test, body, set A5, results 5. Huh? Oh. Oh, I need to do tickle test. There we go. It's the old test command, I think. Okay, it does affect things. Okay. Result. This can just be version. Okay. Just do this. Okay. Should have like a build folder. end of it. All right. Copy. Glob. Directory. Build. Copy force into present working directory. Test passed. Copy to main folder. Oh, that's a variable that I need to do. If minor is less than 0, library is going to be version. Else 10-version else set config library 10-major minor. This will ensure that any patches will just override those, unless if it's an unstable minor patch, in which case I should almost check to see if any of the parts are yes. If I don't want an unstable version to override a stable version. So if -1 in parts or -2 in parts, we're gonna have a special folder for it, otherwise it'll just be the major minor. Configure library directory. Configure I think with an alpha version too, you should only be permitted to upgrade up to the, if you're on an alpha version, then it should be from the alpha version to the non-alpha version. I think the permit upgrade thing is still fine. If someone's on an alpha, they're on an alpha or beta. Configure auto 10 updates upgrade settings. Copy build files to main folder. I feel like I'm kind of hitting a stride here with this. I'm trying to do a test-driven development here. Yep. Okay. To main directory okay, these need to go into my working folder. Clean that up a little bit. This test file also can go into the working folder, so can this one. New folder, build. I think the workflow should be like if when you make it tests and then also updates. I think that's good. So each commit I do, then the files will have passed all the tests. And I think that's pretty good. I almost need to like, okay, I know what I need to do. This, oh. Throw that in there, I don't need that. Okay. So here I need to then say set directory build and then source build / package index and then package require 10. Reload package from build folder. Last past test version main directory. So then I will go from the source to the build folder, baking in the configuration variables to it, and then also I'm updating the doc template file. And like, now here's where this will update a tech file. I think this should be in the main folder, and then in the documentation itself, I can just I would like it to be consistent. So like right now I have this version file here. If I put this in the main one here, oh, I know what I can do. I'll put it back in the template here. And I still have this in here. Version tin file, and then version tech file. I can just do that last. So I don't want to update that one unless if let me just do a tin update doc version. I could even just write it directly, honestly. I could just write the file directly. It's a tiny little file. It's just this. I think there's even a Tcl test command for this, like write file. I have a very similar command in one of my packages. That has a little bit more features. Make file, contents name directory. Yeah. Make file, contents. Version Okay, that works. Makefile, doc template version. Oh, no, that's for, that cleans up. Ooh, actually I don't want to do that, because this is for tests. It creates a temporary, it's basically like a temporary file. So I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Let's do this. Easy. Okay, so that way, when you run build, it will take files in the source directory. It'll populate the build directory. It'll run tests in the build directory. If they all pass, it'll copy them from the build directory into the main directory, and then it will update the documentation version number. Okay. I might as well, and the README is fine to not to be separate. I'm gonna have the README be separate, and license. This right here can go in the working folder. I don't use that. Okay. I think I can also use the test suite stuff to test out a... Okay, the gears are turning in my head. It's hard for me to like verbalize it sometimes. This is actually good for me to, even though I don't really have an audience right now, I'm learning to like verbalize these things. No. So I'm using the install file here. Okay. Library 10 major minor. Otherwise, if there's any of those parts, it's like that. Populate build folder. Reload package from build folder. Perform unit tests. Okay. I'm adding these comments because I always look to the comments when I'm trying to understand what's going on. And even though the information's right there, it's nice to have it to 2 spots. Otherwise I get confused. Okay. So the other tests I need to do, close out of that. Oh, I can also delete that tin, in the build, not the build folder, in the doc folder template. I can delete this because that's just written directly. Let's see, I'm getting hungry. Might call it quits in a little bit, but this is good that I'm trying to organize things such that I can configure everything from here, and I can edit these tin files in the source folder, and then only commit all the changes when oh. I can, oh. Hold on. I could just have everything in the build folder. Wait. No, I still think it's good to have the main directory have the actual files. But I'm curious about maybe with the install thing, to like run the build thing, run the build folder. Run the build command. And then have it install. Like have install call build. No, I think install should just be that it sources tin and then creates that folder and stuff. And I can test the installation folder. Like if I go into the build folder here and then run, yeah, like I should like cd build and then do this. So enter build folder, folder testing. And I should even like file delete force build clear build folder. Reload package from build folder. Perform tests. Check 10 version. Oh. Create a library directory. Well, base library directory will be tin library temp result file join present working directory temp. Like that. Configure tin library. Check existing tin library. Tin library 1. Tin library 2. And check. This is going to be file their name, info library, and then change tin library. Install tin in temp folder. So here I'm going to make sure that this works. Source install.tcl. And we're going to make sure that it has the same files. I want to make sure that it has tin list, package index, readme, and license. Oh, tin library actually doesn't work in directory. It should be present working directory. Source install. test install success. Installed. Install file. Check contents of installation folder. Body results. Source install. Install pin. Subset of build folder. Well, it's going to be a problem because it has the README and license things too. I should also copy the README and license files over. I'll copy README, MD, and license to build. For installation testing. 10 list package index README license. Okay. So I'm going to check to make sure that it has all these files in there. I can just check to see if it has 5 files. Length, lab, directory, and I'm gonna call it get config library. So, and the length should be 5. Let's see. Hello? Hello for anyone who just joined. I see a couple people joined. I'm just working on a package for Tcl, which is a scripting language. And this package in particular will allow you to install packages from GitHub directly. So it's a package for packages, and it works with itself, so it installs itself, and then it can install other things as well. So it's similar to like pip in Python, but this one I call it tin. I've been working on it for like a week and a half now, 2 weeks maybe, and now I'm writing all like the build stuff for it and the unit tests, but there's a lot to it, and basically how it works is you add packages using tin add. And you specify the name of the package, the version, the repository, the tag, the release tag of the repository that's associated with that, and then an installation file in the repository to run in a Tcl application, or to run in Tcl sh, that actually installs the package for you. And so you populate like a database of repositories and packages and stuff. you can also do an uh, auto configuration where if you have a package and a repository where the version number of the package and the tag are like the same. So if you have like for version 1.1 of the package, it would be like the tag v1.1. If you have that sort of situation, you can do an auto configuration and specify for that repository and installation file what version requirements are needed in order to pull a package from that repository. So tin itself is an auto tin repository, and so once you install one of them, you can get updates basically. And then you can like query things from the database. It's just kind of a utility thing. You can remove things from the database. You can get a list of all the packages, a list of all the versions available within tin for a specific package requirement. So if you want to know, okay, is there a version of, I don't know, foo, let's call it a package foo. Is there a version of foo satisfying versions 1.1 to 1.5? Is that in the database? And you can get the versions, a list of versions that are compatible. And then you can install. So you say, hey, I want to install foo 1.1. You pick a version requirement. You can also do like -exact 1.1, whatever it be. And then if it exists in tin, then it will then do a git clone and into a temporary directory. And then from that temporary directory, it will run the installer file. It'll clean up the temporary folder that you cloned into, and then check to see if it's installed. And then you could have for one package, you could have multiple repositories where the package is located. So if one of them didn't work, like if that, I don't know, if that repository is no longer supported or whatever, then it'll try another one. So right now it's pretty limited as far as what's available. I'm trying to make all of my packages available on this. Yeah, currently I'm just focusing on making tin work and tin work with itself. And then I'm going to add a few of the other packages that I've done. And then I want to make the stuff that I make available easily to people. And also I want it so that when people collaborate, they can disseminate their work really easily to people. Be like, hey, I have a new version of this one package for running earthquake simulations or whatever, and it can be like, yeah, I just dropped version 2.0, and then you can just open up your command prompt. You can open up OpenSees or open up Tcl and just do package require tin, and then do like tin fetch and then the package name or whatever, if it's already added to tin, and then you can then install it right from the command line. You don't have to go through any manual process. It's all automated. You can upgrade packages, so if it's on the tin list, then you can upgrade it automatically. And you can just, if you have a package that you want added, you can just make a pull request and say, hey, can this be added to the default, the database that comes prepackaged with tin? And then people can update tin, and then that will give them an updated list of all of the repositories that they can access and all of the packages that they can install. And then you can also use it to, instead of package require, you can do tin require. And if you don't have it installed, it will install it on the fly if it's in the tin database. And then you can also do tin import, which is basically a shorthand for both a package require and a namespace import, with the additional benefit that it'll install a package on the fly if it's available. And then also it can import it into an alias namespace as well. So this is like kind of the cream of the crop of of the package. There's a lot you can do with this command, and it's really, really handy. I want this to change the game for Tcl package development, because there's so much out there already, and I know as a person who's used Tcl that I found myself reinventing the wheel a lot because I just didn't know about these things that are out there. And other languages have done a pretty good job in making packages easy to download. Tcl kind of dropped the ball on that. There's some places where you can access things, but it's just there's no organization with it. There's no way you can just like install things from the command line. There was at one point. It was called Tcl, but the company that's managing the source code for Tcl right now and managing the distribution dropped support for it. And I feel like what's needed is it's needed some distributed and open source method for distributing packages in a way that somebody could fork this and make it their own and make it something that they could make a version of 10 that works better for them, and like go for it. That's in the license that's provided on my repository. You're allowed to do that, as long as you don't like say that I endorse it. Like then do what you want with it. I'm just trying to make something that will help people and will help me and allow me to share my work more easily, allow others to share their work more easily. That's what I'm doing. So, and then I also provide some stuff for making actual development of packages a lot easier. Like I have tin depend, which allows you to, in your installation files, to build in dependencies. So if more and more packages come online that have installation files, or if more and more packages come online and get added to tin, then you can build like a package installation that depends on a package that depends on a package that depends on a package, and they can all install on the fly. That's if more people start to use it and start adding to repositories, then that will grow and grow and grow, and it get to a point where it'll be really easy to write you could write a package and have it require a package that requires a lot of other packages, and not have to worry about that being difficult for people. Because you can just be like, well, they're all 10 packages, so you can just pull up a command prompt, load in 10, install my package, and it installs everything else you need. Even if you've never installed any of them before, you have to do one manual installation, 10. And the rest of them are straight from the command line. So, and also provides some stuff for like doing configuration variable substitution within like a source folder. So you can have like a source and a build folder, and I'm working on doing some like test-driven development here, where the main files in the main directory only get updated after all the tests pass. I've been trying to really follow best practices with it, but yeah, this is the result of like 2 weeks work. So it's honestly it's kind of a bigger project than I had anticipated at the beginning, but I think it's really going to be I think it could really help a lot of people. And I just got the idea because I was trying to share some of my code with a friend of mine who's not really as familiar with this programming language, and he was like, "Is there like a way to like auto install packages?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "There should be," and then he first asked ChatGPT to write one. And I didn't end up like using like hardly anything from that, but it gave me a few ideas of like using Git. And so I think the only thing that really came from ChatGPT was maybe like in this line or something. But even then, I didn't copy this. It was yeah. It's helpful to use the tools available to like point you in the right direction. But at the end of the day, it's like it's your creation. You do what you want with it. So like tools like ChatGPT are helpful. Especially if you don't know the programming language, but if you already know it, like it can help you like get through some of the mundane stuff, but I don't know. I haven't used it really much. If I was trying to learn a different language, I probably would have it up and have it kind of be my co-pilot and basically like an advanced Google search, but it's at the end of the day, you still have to build code that works. And that takes time and effort, so. I got the chat open. If you have any questions about Tcl, OpenSees, programming, you name it, feel free to drop a chat, say hi. I'm just chilling here. I won't be live for too much longer. I gotta be making dinner soon here, but it's nice to chat to other people who code and Tcl and OpenSees and stuff like that. So, or if you have no idea what Tcl is, just thanks for dropping by. Alright, I'm going to keep going on these tests. Okay. Verify that version numbers get normalized by tin add. I want to see what tin add returns. I forget. Okay, tin add just returns the dictionary. So I want to make sure that it returns this, basically. But in dictionary form. So this should return the normalized version, which should be 1.0.0. Yeah. And then the repo, like this. And then it should have a list tag in the file. This is what it should return. Oh, I want to make sure that tag file. Ooh, I think I might have done something wrong at some point. Hold on, let me pull this find over. I think I might have got things flipped around in the install thing. Ah, perfect. Tag file. I thought I forgot to do that. Okay. Well, that's good because that would not have worked otherwise. That's the only place the tin add subcommand is the only place where it actually does that. So we're good. It's the auto. If I go to the fetch command, which also adds. Oh, did I get it flipped around? File tag. Tag file. Ah. Tag file. Okay. Glad I caught that. I swear sometimes my head just gets in like a space where I have all this stuff going in my head and like my brain's like multi-threaded sometimes, I swear. And I'm like running the simulations in my head and figuring out is this gonna work or not? I feel like I run the code like 100 times in my head before I actually run it on the command line. Maybe test-driven development will be good for me, and will kind of free up a little bit of that, hopefully. We'll see. All right, so that's what verified that the auto option works. Now here is something that I can't really test automatically because this requires access to Git and actually like pulling something from a repository. And so that's the one thing that's going to be hard to test. I don't know how I'm going to do that, honestly. I mean, oof. I mean, I guess the fact that I know what I'm going to do. It's going to require a little bit of a change to my tin list thing here and in the build folder. We're not going to go from version to that. It's going to be from major to major +1 or just major. This will permit me to pull versions within that entire major version, all the release tags from that. And so no matter what version I was on, say if I was on version 1.6, and let's say if there was a bug like that I didn't foresee, and you wanted to downgrade, well, then you could still do like you could fetch all the versions within that major version, and then you could then like downgrade by doing like tin require exact, and it would install a more stable version for you. So the only thing that I haven't done is I don't have a way to do uninstallation. I think it's a little more complicated. It would be nice if this could also uninstall packages. I think that would require more like planning on the package distributor, because let's say if you had a package that was in a folder with a bunch of other packages, if the uninstallation just deleted that folder, it might uninstall another package. So there's too much uncertainty, and like package stuff is very loose in Tcl. There's not like a very strict way to do it. There's a lot of flexibility in how you can create packages, and I want to make sure that this reflects that. But it would also be nice if you could uninstall a package. I think the way that I have to do it is by specifying that there is a like uninstall like an uninstall method or uninstall procedure. I think that could work. So like within here, if I had like an uninstall folder or uninstall procedure proc tin uninstall. Define uninstallation or uninstallation or uninstall script. So I'd say set directory file normalize info script, and that gives me the location of the current folder, and then I could say file delete force directory. I think that would work. That's very simple. Uninstall script. Oh. This would only work if you actually had it loaded though. I have to check something here. Let's see. Let's go to auto index test. Oh, what do you mean can't find package flytrap? I guess I didn't install it. Flytrap installer. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. I'm just gonna copy these two files. Let's do a manual install. Folder. It's one of the ones I want to make as a tin package. I guess I also have the issue of that I uninstalled that as well. Great. No big deal. I will just do another manual install. This is how you manually install packages, by the way. Oops. Cool. Okay, there we go. So here's workspace of all my variables. So there's all these auto index things. I was thinking that that might be populated by the package require thing. Hold on. Package require math. Oh, there we go. I don't see it anywhere in here. I want to get the information of the packages. Like, I want to see if I can find, like, the the package script. I think I think that there is a way to get that. Maybe it's under like the info command in Tcl. Info script? No. Script? No, that's the file. Name of the innermost file being processed, yeah. Tcl version var, shared lib extension, locals, loaded. Functions, frame, error stack. Huh. Wonder if I can use this in Flytrap. To look into that. Objects. Environment. Maybe it isn't the package command. Package. If needed. Oh. 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 Hold on. If I do package require math, and do package if needed math 1.2.5. Okay. Hold on. The problem with this is that this doesn't actually tell me where that package index file is. I think I'd have to have something in there for, ooh. I almost need to have it like create uninstallation instructions within a package index file. Like ideally there would be like a package if uninstall or something like that. So like if I had like a uninstall or if uninstall or something like that. Like 10 if uninstall like foo 1.0, and then you would say like file delete directory list file delete force directory, like something like that. Be similar to a package index file. You have package if needed. I think one of the problems with this now is that this would require you to have 10 within a package index. Which like isn't the worst thing. But it's kind of weird to like have the package index file like automatically load 10. That means that no matter what, if you loaded any package, it would load 10. And that's problematic. So I think that it would not be in the package index file. So I don't have the unsuspecting behavior of that. But I could have it in the tin file itself. And you just have a script and it would use directory like dir, like the variable dir, to specify the directory of this file. So I'd say like file delete force directory, and I'd have this at the end of the package here. Install script. Like that. In this case, I have version. Or maybe I could do like tin add uninstall foo version, or like name version, and then have it be versions would be like script. But add is like adding to the database. And this would be like a separate database. It would be like the uninstallation database. So it'd be like variable uninstall. And like the data structure for that would probably be you'd have name, and then you'd have version, and then you'd have script. Something like that. Then you have like name, version, script. Has to be in a dictionary data structure. So then if you then did tin uninstall and then a package. But if you had this in here, it'd only, I almost think you have to like add it to the install or to the package index file, but I want to make sure that I'm doing it in a way that doesn't like mess up anything. Because I don't want to have it require the package and then uninstall it. Ideally, you would just uninstall. But like, I want to make sure that it's like clear that like, hey, are there uninstallation instructions or not? Ooh. I could implement something like a something similar to the package unknown for populating uninstallation, like auto index. This like the same structure as in the Tcl main library. Oh shoot, I need to check my phone. Oh. Okay. I gotta get going soon. Let's see. So in here, there's the package command here. This is the default stuff in the language. There's a Tcl package unknown with autopath. So what I could do is I could access autopath, and then I could do something very similar to this. I could even like reuse some of the code here potentially. And then I could, rather than looking for package index, I could look for like package uninstall. And I could have that be, yeah. So I'm going to create a file here, and file, save as package uninstall. And then it would just be file delete or tin if uninstall script tin, and I'm in my source folder here, so I'm going to use this configuration variable version. File delete force directory, but I'll have it be the same format as the package index stuff. Oh, files rename 10. Save. So this is what this one looks like versus that one. So then if you had something with a bunch of packages and you wanted to uninstall one of them, yeah, I think that'll work. So I'd want to have a command called tin uninstall. I don't know. I'm still unsure about this because this does require. This does require that. Vars auto index. No. Hold on. Where was that? Where was I? Here. So when there's the package if needed script, it populates the internal package like array that's stored internally in like C++. And you can access it with the package if needed command. You'd have to like delete. You'd have to somehow like get rid of that package index file. But that wouldn't do like a clean uninstall. I'm just gonna take a look to see like what the library stuff looks like in ActiveTcl. Like in here, tbc load 1.7, the package index file looks like that. And so it would tell you the folder. Like, I don't want to like go around deleting stuff. I don't know. It's something I have to think about, but I have to get going. I made some good progress. I'll be still working on this tomorrow and through the weekend. I'm hoping to get a release out soon, and actually one with like integrated unit tests and checks before the changes come out. I want to get things to a point where when I release it and finally release version 1, that people can use it and rely on it to install and keep their packages up to date. So anyways, thanks for everyone who tuned in. I see there's one person still, so thank you, and I hope you have a great day. So I'm going to end stream.